second topic. It will be, what do you think are the projections for 2023? What do you maybe expect from this year, and how from your role? So let's talk about first on what do you think are the tendencies, and later we talk about what would you like to do as fitness instructor, yoga instructor, psychologist, personal trainer to make that possible. So let's start with today.
Yeah, I had to unmute myself there for a minute. Sorry, guys. So, for me, what I'm thinking about for this new year, well, I wish I could be doing more things like this, be more interactive in terms of fitness, because at some point we get comfortable. We do this thing on a daily basis, right? We train people, we advise people, and then we become, at some point, at some level, we consider ourselves like gurus. We know what we're doing. We know what we're talking about. And because we do it all the time, then we tend to forget that no matter how much you think you know about a certain subject, you can still improve it. So I feel like, getting out of my comfort zone and doing more maybe podcasts or meeting more guys, more awesome guys like Henry or even meeting people from the yoga side as well, will also help me to improve on what I think I know already. That is something that you can really put a price on. And again, we're not getting any younger. So opportunities, I would say, more opportunities like this, more chance to work out with awesome guys and awesome girls as well. And, like, just overall be this guy who always want to participate, always want to interact. And again, I'm not doing this only for the sake of just improving myself, but at the same time also improving my service towards other people that I'm going to cater this service to. Because if you think that you know something better, wait until you talk to someone like Ivan. I had opportunity to talk to you, Ivan, a few times, and or every time I talk to you, I feel like I'm in love. And you think you know how to conduct a class, wait until you see Henry conduct a class. You'll be like, I think, what am I doing wrong here? So it's always like that. And I haven't had a chance to see Jenny in action, but the way I see Ivan talk about you, I'm pretty sure you're awesome what you do. So me being in this industry for like about 1 year, I would say, because I wouldn't count the other months because I was an FI, fitness instructor. I have a lot of growing to do. So that's one of the things that I want to work on. This one of the expectations that I have, first of all, for myself. And overall, I mean, again, just give chance to people to approach us and to really decide on what they want to take on next. Because it wouldn't be fair for us to say, oh, you are this, you are that, you need this and that. It must come from their point of view as well. I see you're interested in what I have to offer you, then we come and work together as a team and get that and make that happen. So yeah, for me so far as a personal trainer, working for this amazing company, those are my expectations for this year. So far.
Awesome, brother. Thanks so much for your contribution. And yes, I think you're amazing at connecting with other professionals, and yeah, you're always open to learn and always open to teach also. And same likewise. Whenever I talk to you, I feel like I'm learning something new every time, and that's awesome. That's already a great asset, bro. Thank you for sharing. Let's move to Henry, bro.
Yeah, for this year or 2023, the way that I think it's gonna seem like what's gonna play out is I can only think of one word, and this word is limitless. And we may have actually heard of this word before in the past, but I find that last year a lot of people could have been hiding behind COVID and the pandemic as an excuse to maybe not have achieved some of their goals. Whether it's starting a YouTube channel, whether it's traveling, or whether it's reaching a fitness goal. I feel like some people may have been able to hide under the covers of the pandemic to use it as an excuse to not have achieved something. So I feel like it's quite obvious on everyone's mind that you can't really use that excuse anymore. Things are resuming back to normal, just like Ivan has said. So this year, I can only think of people are hungrier than ever before because they may have been a bit disappointed about some goals they didn't achieve in the previous year. So yeah, this year is about being limitless. This year is about being hungry. This year is about like having the lid raised off the roof so that you have no excuses. You can do and achieve anything you want. So that's how I think this is going to be. I think everyone's going to surprise us and make everything 10 times bigger. And they're going to need help for that. So, you know, maybe we're going to help. Maybe it's the next question. Or maybe they'll seek help from somebody else. But either way, they're going to make everything bigger, I believe, this year.
Yeah, hope so. Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, that there's no more excuses. There's no more, I mean, like, COVID might be around still, but things are not stopping, things are moving, and you're right. This is a very inspiring time to go back on our feet in terms of fitness, health industry, and also not just, I love what you say, not just fitness, but in general, whatever life project you have no more excuses about COVID. You have no more excuses about traveling. You have no more excuses about doing what you want to do. You just have to go there and get the work done. That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, and sorry, just like one more thing, like, you know, the past couple of years, some things have been like out of our control, and I think we've realized that. And knowing now that we are in control, and being in control is such a privilege, actually. Like, we kind of took being in control for granted, but now that we know, like, okay, the world is our oyster. We're in control of what tomorrow looks like based on what we do today. So it's a privilege, and I think everyone understands that. So take advantage of it, right?
Thank you, brother. And yes, if it's in our control, I will do as much as I could, as I can to help others and to help whoever is around us. Yes, I'm happy to. And thank you. That's a great thing. Is now things are in our control. We cannot say that is because COVID. So it's time to be honest. And if you are not doing something at this point, it's not because there is limitations. It's because you don't want to. That's it. Good. So Jeannie.
Okay. So for me, okay, I'm going to be a little bit of a spoiler here, but basically I'm putting on my psychologist hat, right? Yes, I do see that we are all going to be more empowered, and people should kind of step out of the comfort zone. But again, having said that, right, I mean, from my point earlier, I feel that people will continue to have a challenging time. I don't want to say it's a struggle now because it's challenging, right? If we can reframe and see that as a challenge, it can help us actually. So challenge in what? Challenge in terms of, again, going back to this pre-COVID times. Because again, like I mentioned, the work-life balance, you know, is kind of like a struggle in 2022. I feel that people might still continue to be challenged by it now, right? And so I kind of foresee that people will still continue to work on this. So a balance between maybe, if I can be more specific, a balance between coming to gym and going to work, perhaps, right? But having said that, another trend that I would see is kind of an optimistic one, is that I feel that the gym is going to be an interesting place. Because if you notice the lounge, right? I mean, people have been using the lounge for work, right? And also, so now gym is more than just a space where people go for workout, right? And like it or not, like I mentioned, I like to see wellness as not just physical, it's very holistic. So gym has become a place where people socialize, right? If you notice, you know, when I'm there working, sometimes when I see Ivan, I'll be like, hey, Ivan, and that's when we kind of catch up, right? So I feel gym is going to be an interesting place that's going to be, it's kind of like a hub for wellness, I feel. So wellness in all aspects, physical, social, and sometimes, I mean, we kind of use that as an office in a way. But the difficulty and the challenging part for people is then to know when is, you know, when we then stop work, because now they work in a gym. You know, that's sometimes when they are going to, or last time when they're going to work out, right? That's when they kind of really, there's a clear distinction and boundary. You know, when I stop work, I go to the gym, that's my space where I work out. But nowadays, unfortunately, sometimes you might see, I'm not sure for you guys, but sometimes students in the class would be like, they're before, like 2 minutes before class, they're still on a call, something like that, right? So there's no clear boundaries. I think that's continuously going to be a challenge. But having said that, I think, like I mentioned, I'm optimistic gym is going to be this interesting place where we are offering more than just a physical workout support for people. We come into people's life in terms of, enhancing their social wellness, maybe emotional, because sometimes in our talks with them, our conversation with them, they might start to talk about something emotional, something they need some sort of support. And I see how we can all come in, not just as fitness instructors, yoga instructors, but also perhaps to offer our perspective. We can all be psychologists to someone. More than just what Torres said, the person on the wall. Yeah, now we are that person. Yeah. So that's my stand for 2023. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm hopeful. While people are really challenging, finding the challenge to balance our work and life, I think we can offer a lot more as yoga instructor, as fitness instructors. Yeah.
I love what you said about the gym offering more than physical well-being, but also social and emotional well-being. So that's another maybe field to discover in order to also reach those people that maybe never joined to a workout, but they just use our lunch area to go and work. I mean, like in a way, we are as a company already supporting them because at least they are in an environment that supports better behaviors. Let's say we don't have alcohol in the juice bar, for example, right? They will find better food, food that probably is not as processed or probably is not as bad for their health, and that itself is already putting them in an environment that supports health. But also what you said, in not just physical well-being, social and emotional well-being are key, and I think these fields are worth to explore and see in a way how we could reach or how we could help in those other levels, and that's key. I think this is exciting. It sounds something amazing to look up. So everybody, now I'm gonna share with you guys what I'm seeing in terms of 2023 projections. I was telling you guys, technology is being developing so fast, and there are so many ways to track everything you're doing in terms of health and fitness and even journaling and so many apps and development. So I think this might be overwhelming. So I want to take the critical position, not just saying that everything is going to be amazing. And now that we have so many apps and so many devices that do stuff for us, life is going to be better, because 100 years ago, life was probably good and we didn't have any of this. But yes, I want to see the other side, because all these apps, all these opportunities to track, I see that 2023 will be an overwhelming time for people, for all of us, because we have so much to track. We have so much to consider in our day, and people is more connected to their device now. They are not just before, as some of you guys said, they used to go to the gym and in a way to disconnect to meetings, technology, but now everything is integrated in a way that will create a lot of stress on all of us, because now we're not just doing the workout because it felt good, because I was breathing, because it helped me to change my attention to something else. But now we're doing the workout because it says I'm doing this number of calories, or it says that I don't know, some other stuff. I train this time in this training zone, and my goal is to train for 20 minutes on training zone number 3. So you weren't dealing with that before. Now you're dealing with this. Now you're dealing with everything track. And on top of that, companies are going to be using all this information in a way to sell you more things, and then you will be tracking everything. You will be giving data to them. They will know you better also, and in a way you might be also lead to behaving in some way and buy some stuff. And I want to take that critical part also, because it's good that we are aware that technology is good, but at the same time, how we use technology and why do we need to track these things? And is it just outcome based? But because habits are a good stuff when you track it, but if you're doing the habit just by the sake of doing the habit, it became into an outcome. It's not a habit anymore, not a habit-based behavior. So I think that that would be something to keep in mind. And later on, we're going to talk about what we could do as professionals, maybe to help with that. The other issue I see is the productivity illusion, and it's not new. So we see people now have the chance to track everything. You know, the workout lasts this specific time, you're gonna burn this number of calories, then you make your math, and then you're eating this number of calories and you burn this number of calories, but you're forgetting all the other stuff that is around, and factors that is around your nutrition, your health, how much quality are you having on your times, how much quality your workout has, how aware you are in your workout. Are you paying attention to the device because the calories, or are you paying attention to the workout? Are you feeling your body? Are you really slowing down and understanding what's happening at the moment you're training? Are you learning? Are you just coming here and, because that's what I've seen from my point of view as instructor. Some people just come and, man, hit me 45 minutes. I have to leave. But I'm coming to them. I want to teach you how to move this way, pay attention, be aware. Like, I'm not here to think. I'm here to work out. If I want to think, I go to work. Then there's this disparity in between work and training, but it's your responsibility to think on training. It's your responsibility to strive for health and not just go there and be just being sleepy during the workout and not being there. So that's what I've seen, and what it will happen, what I think it will happen, because technology, if it's not handled for us like professionals, and if communities not help on how to use it and how to do better with that information,